everyone, you're watching Forex, and it was another quite successful and profitable week. And this is going to be my last video in this year, 2017, because I finished my trading this week, and I will be back now in January. So probably after some Russian holidays, which will be after 7th of January. So it's the plan. I will be trying to look for, of course, to see what happened during the time I will be off the trading. So, and I will be making new videos, and so hopefully we'll be doing also some trades. We'll start some trading in January, because it's not always I start in January. Sometimes I do start in February, so it depends what it's going to look like, what the market would look like, and how I would feel about it. So, but that's the plan. Okay, so, and I'm going to show you a little bit of the results of, because you're asking me, remember at the beginning of this autumn, September, I was showing you one of the accounts with the different broker, because my main accounts are with Talinex. I'm still with Talinex, but I also was trying to check some other brokers, so I could recommend possibly you other brokers, but I was a bit busy, so I was trying that new broker, and I stopped trading it because actually they stopped me from trading, because it was, remember I told you, like a special offer. It was like a bonus or something. They gave me $1,500, and I was trading, and then I only traded for about 2 months, and they stopped, because after you reach whatever percentage, they want you to put your own money and to unlock and continue the account. But they usually would take the bonus money and just leave you with whatever you made plus whatever you put in. But I'm not sure if I will be placing with my money, because I don't know if they will give me money back, because I didn't check with them yet how they do, and I didn't really like them as much, because they were very slow. The orders with a delay, and with my broker, it's wherever I place the orders, it's usually very fast, and with the other one it was like few seconds, like maybe 5-10 seconds of waiting time. That's quite a lot. If you trade, you would understand what I mean, because sometimes you do really need to come out at the price you want, and delay of like whatever 5-10 seconds, it's the price can run away from you. So, and also they have like they don't let you to trade on news unless you are in the trade, so you can close the orders. So I didn't really like to trade with them at all, so that's why I can't really recommend them. I'm not going to tell you what the name of this broker. So if you do want to know, I can tell you if you will write me in private, of course, because you know that they don't really like when you tell not good things about the broker, so that's why I don't want to do it. So, but I'm going to show you a little bit of those results as you are asking me. So you can see I made $863, so it's about 60%, slightly less than 60%. But you can see here on the right, this way it says to continue trade, I need to deposit this $150. It happened beginning of November, which I said I didn't want to do it because I have my main accounts. I thought if I like the book, I will continue them. But because of this, a bit of the options I didn't like. So you can see there are no negative trades. So this is what happened with this account. So now you know I started, you see it's 12th of September, and no losing trades. So I was copying the trades from my main account to this account, and you can see it's still possible. I mean, yes, with such not very good conditions on the broker, with limited conditions, let's say, you still can trade. But of course, the results are not as good as well with the broker, which gives you a little bit better conditions, I'd say. So we'll see what I'm going to do with this account. I think I'm just going to leave it. But okay, so as I'm not going to trade this few weeks, I'm still going to make a little bit of technical analysis just to see like the main picture. As you know, with my simple trading, so you see all those trades I was showing to you, all this analysis. It's all simple system. It's all the same strategy I use. It's price action, and it's breaking the important levels. And you know that I always wait for any consolidations or some patterns, looking at the bigger charts and going to the smaller charts. All depends on how long you trade for. I mean, like if you are day trading, you go for just small trades, so you would be like trading weeks or months. So because of that, short tradings, it's not very important which way the market goes, right? So as I'm saying, in my technical analysis, I wouldn't tell you, for example, the market is definitely going up or market is definitely going down. So I'm definitely buying or I'm definitely selling, right? So I'm always telling you, so expecting market to move one way or another way, and this is the important levels. This is where I look at and trying to place the pending orders, right? Usually I place it both directions, right? Buy and sell. So let's just have a look again, quick look what happened, and a little bit of looking in the future. So I had this week two pairs I was trading. It was pound dollar and gold finally, right? So I was telling you about that this week it could be movements because I was expecting the news, except non-farm didn't make any changes to the movements of the market, but looks like market started to move itself in direction that expecting already that the interest rates are going to change for American dollar next week. So that's what I was telling you about. So that's why I was expecting quite good moves this week, because thinking that that might be a time when they're actually thinking that it's going to happen. And I have no idea what's going to happen next week because there's going to be lots of news. So be careful, as I'm definitely not going to trade. So that's it, I finished. And but because they accepted it this week, so possibly next week they might not, the market might not react, or maybe small reaction, or could be opposite reaction. You know, this is all quite could be messy again. Okay, so but this week we had big movements happened, and see what I was doing, how I was looking at it. So this is euro dollar. I didn't have any trades because remember I told you I was waiting for it to go in around this area and give me something in here. So it started to, well, it didn't consolidate nicely for me, and it's broke the you see the level of the uptrend channel. But for me, it wasn't very nice. It wasn't good enough as a Monday. Not, it was a bit messy, and Tuesday also not as nice, because I was thinking if it will give me something maybe before the ISM manufacturing, remember, I would maybe go for it. But there was some news for a year or two, and it was just nothing. I decided to, okay, it's broke, and then next I was waiting for it to come at least to that level, or maybe go back and give me something. So it didn't give me anything. That's why I was away from it. Okay, so what's I'm seeing next, so that's I'm saying possibly this is more bigger chart, but you can see that all the levels you still can use if you'll be trying to go for smaller trades again on the smaller time frames. I'm having exactly the same levels. I'm leaving them, and but just as I'm always repeating, when there's news coming, the market can prepare, you know, give you consolidations anywhere in any areas, and then it can just ignore any technical analysis and go wherever it wants. So, but still, those levels are useful for example, to see maybe it can be stopped. The movement can be stopped, or still could consolidate around those levels. Okay. So, but as I'm saying, because of the news, it could be anything. So in here, what I'm kind of looking at is now, well, let's go on a bigger chart because we have a bit bigger picture to see. We had a very big run, right? And we still don't have a proper correction for it. We had a little bit of starting, and where it was head and shoulders. So that's what everybody thought probably it should continue. At least we would have expected a good correction, right? Go down. But the market decided to do whatever it wants. And so the next, so it's right here now. So you see I could draw a little bit of this channel, which looks like a bit downtrend. What that means. So from that big movement up, so it could be again a bit of the consolidation here. Maybe head and shoulders wasn't enough for it, right? So now it could possibly go still create a double top. Okay, we still have this possibility. Another possibility, for example, if it will break that level, that it could have go higher and create us a head. Okay, so right, now possibility. So at the same time, it's inside here, didn't break the level of that channel, so maybe it will go down. It could be something creating like a flag, you see, also looking like a flag. So it might be a little bit of well, let's say consolidation, or not consolidation, correction, right, of the uptrend. So it might go a little bit lower, and if there is a flag, so we'll be trying to break wherever, could be any areas. It will go down, maybe it'll go up again, maybe it'll go down again. So maybe stop by this level and then trying to break that level up and continue as a uptrend again, being like a flag. Okay, so that's a possibilities I can see. So hopefully it will all give a picture a little bit now in December and the beginning of January. Maybe it will be something around it, because I'm saying looks like with interest change, I think market is already accepted it. I know it could still continue next week. It might continue the way down with the news, but at the same time, you can ignore it and just like go the other direction. And of course, all of this will depend again, news from Eurozone, news from the US next time when they're going to rise the interest rates. So if it's going to be sometimes maybe in spring, depends early spring, later spring, and maybe we'll be talking about summer. So of course, if the further away it is, the weaker the dollar will be afterwards. Okay. So that's all depends, and of course all the other news, political. Do not forget about that. So this is what I can see right now on euro dollar. Just like I'm saying, you see, it's always could go any or the other direction. We have a bit of the picture right now, but it's always just use the levels, just see when market concentrate on which level, and then make a decision for going for the placing the orders. If you are trading the strategy I do. Okay, so now going to pound dollar and see what happens. Just like what I was telling you again, I will be waiting for anything good. So if I see anything good, I usually go for trade. So we were right here, and I was saying to you at that point, I would wait for consolidation on any of this level or that red level, right? So anything around there, the narrower would be the better. But again, we had on Monday, Tuesday, we had this little channel, which you see on the smaller chart. That's what I'm saying. You go in the smaller chart, you see something really nice, then it's worth of trying to go for a trade. See, that's the little channel. It's very straight. That's what I'm trying to say. The best channel, because many of you are still asking where to see the good channel, not very good channel. This is the very good channel. It's very straight. You can see how straight it is. They are all, the candles are inside the lines. If I'll place the lines like this, second a little bit narrowing by using the bodies, and you can see how narrow this channel is. It's like what, 14 pips. So like I'm saying, I usually, if you go like that, it's about even 10, less than 10 pips, a little bit low, just to be sure, taking like the little bodies and the wings even, it's still quite small. It's still about 14, we see about 12 pips. So very nice small channel. Why do I need a small channel? Because when I place the stop orders, I'm placing it above, okay, above the channel area and below the channel area. That's why the narrower it is, the further I can put the stop, and it's better, because the further stop away, it's better not to catch some unexpected movements, you know, and not to hit the stop, because it can turn around. So, and where it's formed exactly at the desired level again, right? And also I had this that brown, orangey, yellowish level from the uptrend we had here, right? And so that was exactly in the right moment. So you see the market went down, so I could come out with some profit. It's turned around afterwards. Of course, I come out with a trailing stop. That was all right. So didn't want to risk it to go for the next level. Okay. So, well, that's how I do it. I'll just better to go for the smaller ones, because you see it can turn around. It could turn around any moment and continue, go back up. So that's what I'm saying. It's not as much as important for me where it's going up or down, as long as it moves enough. You see, that's enough movement, okay, to make a profit. So what now to look at? Of course, we do have, do not forget about Brexit, all of this news. Well, logically, again, you see, like logically, pound should turn around, go down. And so everybody's saying, oh, maybe it should probably go up, but you can see it's trying to break out, but it still can't break that level. It's a level of the uptrend, and it's kind of a bit stuck in here. It's around this area again, and because the news you see come out, like I'm saying, it still feels like it was just reaction on some Brexit news. So logically it should come back, because the Brexit is not sorted yet until 2019, so it probably will be messy still 2018, I would think so, but we never know what's going to happen. So at this moment, you see, it doesn't give anything. I still have these levels, and I would still look at pound to treat these levels. They might be still important, so any consolidation around those levels, so just look for it if you're going to look for any trades. You see here in that area again, it might consolidate, might give a bit of the here a bit of flag, or anything which also might continue and break it, continue go up if there will be good news for pound, or it will break and go down. Okay, so how it possibly should be because of this uncertainty. So that's what I would look like. You see, would look like, as you can see, we still have all the same levels. It's still looking like a bit of the shoulder and a head and the shoulder, which, as I'm saying, which also showing its possibility of continue to go up. But at the same time, you see, we are in the uptrend, and we still didn't have a proper correction from the, you see, it's going up and going up, a little bit down, but still with proper correction in the uptrend channel to actually looking forward to seeing it's going down to at least reach this area where you see we have the blue level and red level, a bit of the crossing, so possibly go back down here. So that's what I would have looked at in the future for pound dollar. Okay, so any areas either going down more logically, at the same time going up at least to get to this level now. Okay, so this is the pound dollar. Now dollar yen, and dollar yen is pretty much as what I was thinking it would do, right? Again, on the smaller charts, I'm not going to go on the small charts because I didn't have any trades. It didn't give me anything good that I would go for. But it's created a bit of the shoulder. Remember, I was telling you. But at the same time, I was telling you if it will be trying to break it, and possibly it could be a diamond pattern, which as I'm again repeating myself, I never told you about how I would look at a diamond pattern. But I had a lot of examples of the diamond patterns. And how I trade is exactly the same. I'm using the levels for from the bigger charts. Okay, see, it's a bigger chart. Also, I'm using all these patterns on the very small ones. But okay, right now we're looking at the big ones. I'm saying on the small one didn't see anything, but here in the big one, see, it's breaking the shoulder, and that's what I'm expecting. It could be stopped by this level. Right, it could be either stopped by this level or give any consolidation around this level, and that means if it's a pattern diamond, it can go turn around down, okay, and then it could be stopped around this area. So that's why when you look at it and think why it's not looks like it was head and shoulders, but if it will behave like this, then you know it's going into the diamond pattern. But both patterns are supposed to mean the change in the direction of the trend, so it was going up, so after that it should basically with the pattern break wherever, anywhere, break that level and go down. Okay, but as I'm saying, it's all not always the way you want it to be. Okay, so I would expect, as I'm saying, if it will go, for example, do any consolidation, we would expect either go here, or it also can break it and continue its way going up. Okay, so that's what I'm saying, anything is possible. Just wait for any consolidation at the important levels and placing the orders both directions, especially in the situations like that, when we do have uncertainty that the market can go either up or down, because there is no exact trend at this point. You see, there's no trend. It's in the side. It's trading inside, sideways. You see, it's like in a big straight channel. Okay, so that's what you see, and now it's creating a little bit of the pattern, so which means the market is still confusing and doesn't know which direction to go. Should it continue go up or should it turn around? Like you see this week again, it's accepted again the interest rate change, I believe. So of course next week it might react on it and continue its way and break it and actually go up. But wait for any consolidation, and as I'm saying, before the news event, it might consolidate at any of the levels, or it might just consolidate wherever it wants. And you see, at the same time, maybe there is something else, maybe some other comment or anything, and it might again already either took it this week, so it could the other week it could turn around. Okay, so it might not go up, it may turn around, so anything can happen. So that's what I'm saying. It all depends, but placing orders both directions is probably better, but be careful because the week could be messy, because we are coming into the holiday season and it's the end of the year, so anything could be. Okay, so now we're going to Australian dollar, and also Australian dollar, I was expecting it still to stay in here before the news. For non-farm, I was still hoping it will sit there until that, but there were news for Australian dollar, so there were some reactions. You can see the market wasn't here in the desired area. But it's not very good consolidation was here, which I would go. So if it would be a little bit for a few days, then I would go for trade. But because all of this is a bit messy and it just started to move, I didn't go for trade in this one. Okay, so I'm in having like a bit of consolidation now. Maybe it will be also still waiting for interest rate, and it might continue its the way down. Okay, at the same time, of course, it can change the direction. But it's at this moment. So as we were expecting, Australian dollar. From the double top, remember we were talking about it, so I was expecting it to go down. So it looks like it worked out. It's double top, so there is still space a bit, so possibly might continue the way down, and hopefully before I start to next year trading, maybe it will sit around this area. And of course now as it went down, I would be expecting it to turn around, okay, because it's in an uptrend and it worked well. So it went up, touched the top level, right, and going down. So hopefully it will sit in here, do any consolidations, and then turn around and continue in the uptrend channel, right, at one thing. And of course at the same time, that consolidation around here, breaking these levels, might lead it to a downtrend. So it depends again what the news we're going to have from Australia and from America, because you can see that does look like a flag. Also on a bigger chart you can see a bit better. You see we had a very good drop, and now we do have a little bit of going up, and that's quite could possibly be a flag and continue. It could continue the way down. So you see all these things you can see on the charts, but and of course to use it. But all of this when you are looking for a longer trade, so that could be quite important to know where exactly it moves. But as I'm saying again, if you're taking a small trade just like me, for the going for small profits, it doesn't really matter. But at this moment you can see it's just continue the way to way down. So for the longer trades, as I'm saying, it would be better to see a good consolidation after that big drop down, and it's possible again, if it's an uptrend, will not break those levels, so it possibly will start to turn around at some point. Okay, so we'll try to catch it on the way up. So that's Australian. Now we have dollar Canadian, which is also had the Canadian news, which I thought will not react on the Canadian news, but obviously took it in and had a good movement. But except again, I didn't get into the trade, because it wasn't good enough for me again the preparation. So, and I didn't expect the movement before the non-farm. Still, you see it moved quite well, quite a lot, and but still was stopped and was messy around the important level. You see, so what does that look now is also looking like a flag pattern, right? So we do have a big way up, and if that is a flag, then of course breaking that level, it might continue finally the way up, because we did expect the dollar CAD to go up, because we have upside down head and shoulders. It's a very big pattern, and it's only halfway through, where it's a bit of a neck we have. So of course around here it has a little bit of the consolidation, and of course expecting possibly continue going up. So as a pattern, one of the flags patterns. So like I'm saying again, any consolidation, possibly with the interest rate next week, possibly it will continue its way. If not, any consolidation, of course it can go down. We still have the same, that very important level. So possibly if it will break that important level, then it probably will go down. So do not forget about this one just in case, and all the way to the next one. Okay, so this is where I would see, because then it will go back kinda into our little channel. See here we have a little bit of the downtrend channel, so it could possibly be. So that would have been one of the main targets, let's say, if it will decide to go down. So because see that's quite important level, that one. So here we go again with dollar CAD, and now we're going to euro pound, which again I didn't go for trades because as I said it would be possibly messy. And so you see on a smaller chart we had you see that like really big consolidation, but it's then finally it broke this level and went down. So this is a bit too wide for me, that's why I didn't go for it. It's too wide, and again it's at the level, but I said for me the important level is lower, this one, because I did expect for it, if it will do something like that, it might be stopped by this level, maybe break it and then come back. See, this is what happened. I mean, it still was possible to earn here, but if you would see the how wide that was, and wherever that moved, it wasn't, let's say it could have been not worth, a risk. That's what I'm saying. It was not worth a risk for me. So I'm still would consider this level as a bit more stronger. So if, for example, market would consolidate around this level, so if it will not break that one and not go back up, and then consolidate here, and possibly will, because it's kind of tested it, right? It broke it, then pulled back, and of course possibly it will consolidate and continue the way down. Of course, if you know if the euro will continue the way down, but we see with euro we also don't know, because it's also having either it could be head and shoulders, could be double top. You saw in the euro dollar pattern. So anything could be. And at the same time, of course, again, if we create anything and go up, could continue and go back to the same. So these two levels are still important for me. Would have been okay to look at those two levels. And that big picture, we do have, you see, it's not in a trend, and it's still in a side trading, and also we still have looking like it's a downtrend, and possibly maybe it's like a flag. That's what I'm saying, that breaking this or another level would be the stronger signal, okay? As it's already tried to break it, so it could possibly continue the way down, you see, but we don't know what kind of, again, Brexit news come for a pound, so if it's like not very good news again, something, then of course the euro will go back up. So, well, possibly could be, as I'm saying, maybe for the next year in January when I'll be back to it, and I would still might see it inside that. So you never know what's going to happen. I wouldn't really want it to break it yet because if it could possibly be a quite good movement if break it one or another levels. Okay, so well, this is euro pound. Now going to gold. Finally, that's what I was waiting for. Good movements on gold. And what we see again, remember, very nice channel. And again, so this week, that's why I went for gold. It had really good consolidation from Friday. You see, from the previous week, it's from Thursday started Friday and the whole Monday and a bit of the Tuesday when we had the ISM manufacturing. So I thought then possibly it could be some movement. Except I did really wanted it to consolidate around here, but it did set underneath it, which gave me a little bit more signal that it should probably continue the way down. Because if you remember a long time ago when I was making the gold videos, I was telling you about that we had a big way down, a bit of correction way down, and it did look like it was going to into second double bottom, remember, and looked like quite a lot of, I think, people thought it should go back up. And but I was saying to you that my main concern was still because it was too much in here. I was still looking it towards to go down. And of course, it is also the end of the year. And if you look in the history, that gold is quite often was going down at the end of the year, and it started to rise sometime at the beginning of the year. So close like January, February, maybe the end of December. So that's why like what I'm saying, like the main concern was, of course, that possibly it should go down, and that was one of the targets when it still was around here before it should turn around. So that's exactly what it did. It was just perfect consolidation. So it went down, had a little bit of consolidation again, and continued way down. So I go right to this level. So I come out around this level. So I didn't go for this. Unfortunately, that movement is a drop. I didn't expect it will break. So, but it did. Now it's kind of consolidating underneath that. And again, with this news on American dollar, it could possibly have a good consolidation before that, and maybe will continue way down. And I would probably see, here it's quite hard to say now. You see, if you use maybe Fibonacci level, so you can see we do still have a little bit of to the next level, 78, so it could possibly go to that. Or of course we do still have target, is the previously important level. You see about that price range, or maybe go to the bottom of the uptrend level. Okay, so that's what I would expect. Possibly, maybe, of course, at the same time as I'm saying, we might ignore it as it accepted already this week. It might ignore it, and it could be turning around point. But hopefully it will still continue the way down, and hopefully, as I'm saying, sometime in January, maybe it will stop. I don't know, maybe in the middle, maybe it will reach that area, and then it will give a bit good of consolidation or something for me to enter, and possibly trying to catch it on the way up. Okay, so that's what I was warning and telling you about, because I had a few trades on the sell trades before on gold, and it's doing exactly how I thought it would do, and that's why now, after it will, like I'm saying, all this mess will be gone with this holidays and everything else, and then I will be looking at it more towards the changing direction, going up finally. Of course, as I'm saying, anything is possible. So if it will get to this area, and consolidation again depends what type of news are going to be for America. Then it could also, of course, continue the way down. Okay, so it can not continue, but break these levels and go down. Of course, it is possible, because if you look at the main picture, our main big picture is you can see a downtrend, right? So we have the tops here and the tops below. So it's actually quite possible it could be continuing the down trend. Except again, what the big picture gives is that it might not be time yet because we still have where the tops were. So I would expect the market to reach those that level, right? To reach those tops, and then like getting to fill in, let's say, to fill in this area. So you see, we have another two tops. So it might be next time, if it will reach this area, maybe it will go up, but not getting closer to that level. Maybe this time it will be stopped by that level, maybe a bit of the consolidation or anything, but getting a bit closer to fill in a little bit more here before it will be trying to break that level. Okay, to see if it is actually in the downtrend channel. So that's kind of looking like a long ahead. So that's what I see in here. So that's why, of course, like I'm saying, the first thing would be it should continue way down a little bit more consolidation, and then it should turn around and at least to go back to this level, something around there, fill in a little bit more to get closer to the other level. So that's looking ahead, and you see, looks like gold at this moment is wherever I was making the analysis is doing exactly as what I would have expected with a little bit. You see, like here I was waiting and waiting for it to break it first somewhere, and it took a bit of while. You see, it was thinking and going up and down, up and down, up and down. You see, but even in here, I still had trades, as you remember. That's what I'm saying. Seeing in the bigger picture, thinking what should happen, looking, going on a smaller chart, and trying to get yourself into a good trade. So that's how I do. This is how simple it is. It's just to see for those really good consolidations somewhere around the desired levels. Let's say the levels which could be which are possibly market. Well, obviously you can see which levels market treats well, which the ones are important levels. Okay, so but as I'm saying, with gold is it could be very volatile. But I mean, like the previous few weeks, it wasn't making big movements, but now it's finally did it. So hopefully the gold will continue be make strong movements again. Well, this new coming year, hopefully. Okay, now we're going to pound yen and see again, looking at the bigger picture. Remember we had a bit of the triangle, so it broke it, went up. It's kind of pretty much very close. It got to this level, so maybe can possibly say it worked out as a triangle. So I mean, it still has a room. It might come back, but also you see it was a bit messy, right? It's broke. Well, it's pulled back and then went up again and went down. So quite sharply, let's say, like I would say, without doing any consolidations to trying to get into the trade. So what is it looking now? As you can see, I have this little trend up, and of course it is possible that it could here create again a flag. So because we had went up, then we had a bit of the triangle. Now we might be looking more like a flag, and of course if it will break that level, it can go up. Of course, if we're going to have good news for pound, and at the same time from here it can go down back to this our areas again, back to those levels. And if it's not going to treat it as a flag, then of course it can go back down. So all the same, just I'm saying, all the same levels we have. So you see from here, for example, it could possibly go back down and be stopped at any of those levels, or could have consolidations around those levels. So that's what I would be looking, for example, if I would go for trades, to see any consolidation around those levels again. And of course, expecting to, if from here expecting more towards going down, of course around this area more expecting to go towards up. But like I'm saying, do not forget, we do expect it to walk inside the levels, inside the channels, but at the same time it could be the breaking points and the market can go any direction it wants. So that's how it is. That's how it works for me, and hopefully that's how it works for many of you. So that's all, guys. I hope you really liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and so you wouldn't miss my new videos in new year 2018. So I wish you all happy trading, of course, happy holidays for all of you who celebrate Christmas. Wish you a happy Christmas, and of course the New Year Eve, New Year 2018. So hopefully we will have very good trades again, nice movies. If you want to see nice videos, I mean, I'll make videos again. And if you want to see what I'm doing, You can watch, of course, my travel channel, which is Jano Travels, where I'm showing to you where I am and what I'm enjoying. Okay, doing. So that's all, guys. So I see you sometime next year. Hope, happy holidays once again. Bye, everyone.